Hello everyone, I'm Johanna Bertume Nonato. I'm a lawyer. I'm the registered migration agent and CEO of Bridgeos Migration Consultancy. Today I will be discussing the state nomination program for South Australia for this financial year 2024 to 2025. I will be discussing the overview, the streams, and the process of application for the SA state nomination. So for this year, SA has a total of 3,800 places, 3,000 for the 190 visa and 800 spaces or slots for the 491 visa. Overview, of course, before you can apply for state nomination, you should satisfy the requirements for the 190 and 491 visa as per the Department of Home Affairs requirements. This includes having a skills assessment, you should have at least 65 points, and you should have at least competent English. The occupation must be on the list. The skills occupation list for SA, they have their own list, and you can get it from their website. Offshore applicants will be selected from Skills Select. So if you're outside of Australia, you don't need to submit a registration of interest, the ROI. You just wait until you get selected by SA. The ones who are here should then apply for an ROI. There are 4 streams and the application fee is $370. So this is the first stream, graduate stream. Must be on the list. You should have completed at least 46 weeks of CRICOS registered course. So this is the course for international students. For a qualification that is on the list. So it can't be just any course. It should be on the list, skills list. At least 75% of the course was completed in SA. You have resided in SA for at least 1 year while you're studying. Living in SA for at least 6 months from the time of application. So while you were studying, you should have been there for a year, and when you're applying, you should have been there for at least 6 months. Should have a full-time 30 plus hours per week in your nominated occupation for at least 6 months after completing the course. So a lot of requirements. It's not just finishing your course. You should also be working in your field. There's the skilled employment stream. Again, you should be on the SA skilled occupation list. You should have lived in SA for at least 12 months. That's before applying. You have worked full-time 30 plus hours per week in your nominated occupation. Okay, that's for the 190. For the 491, the same, except that you should have lived in the outer regional SA in the last 9 months. There's the overseas stream. These are for people who are still outside of Australia, might still be in the Philippines, Singapore, any other countries. Occupation must be available on their list. Again, it should be in the list. Minimum 3 years of work experience in your nominated occupation in the last 5 years. So they have that. You should have the work experience, at least 3 years. Now, if it's in the construction field, 1 year in the last 3 years will suffice. Selection criteria, language, your English language, your test, English test score, years of experience, your points. All right. And construction field, I have enlisted it there. Examples are construction project manager, joiner, carpenter. What's the process? You lodge your EOI and you take on SA as your first preference. If you are in Australia, you also have to lodge your ROI. And then if you're invited, then you have to apply. You have to respond within 14 days, and then you have to provide the evidence of what you're claiming for. Once it's approved, you will be invited to apply for a 190 visa or 491, depending on the visa that you're applying for. And you have to apply within 60 days from the time you have been approved. So if you have any questions about this, just feel free to message us in our YouTube or in our Facebook. We'll be doing a webinar on this as well. We'll be there live and you can ask questions. Next steps, never fail to research on your own. I know it can be daunting researching because there's lots of information out there, but make sure that you're in the right source, using the right sources. So if it's SA state sponsorship, make sure you are in their website. If it's about the visa, Department of Home Affairs. If it's about the skills assessment, if it's VETASES or whatever, you go to their website directly. Don't just listen to the Facebook groups and stuff, because the experience of people might be different from you and might be different time frames, might be different rules. Book a consultation. That's the wrong link. It should be www.bookeo.com/bridgeaus, BRIDGEAUS. That's where you go if you want professional advice from us or assistance from us. It's a 40-minute session or an hour session, and then we look at your case, we pre-qualify you, we give you a blueprint of your future on whichever visas that you'll be eligible for.